Today, we're doing something a little different. This isn't just a story. We're cracking open a classified case file to piece together what happened back in 1873, an event that, well, it pretty much threw the laws of reality right out the window. This question, it comes straight from the lead investigator's own notes, and man, does it set the stage. It gets right to the heart of it, ambition, the thirst for discovery, but also that chilling idea that maybe, just maybe, some secrets are buried for a very, very good reason. All right, so let's open the file. The year is 1873. We're in the middle of nowhere, Arizona territory, at this remote archaeological dig. It's led by a guy named Professor Elias Thorne, super brilliant, but also kind of obsessive. He was digging for his big break, something to put him in the history books. And boy, did he find it. He found something that, by all accounts, simply should not exist. Okay, so what they found was a total fundamental violation of geology. I mean, think about it like this. Rock layers are like a timeline, right? Oldest stuff on the bottom, newest stuff on top. What Thorne found was Ordovician rock, we're talking 485 million years old, sitting on top of Permian rock, which is only 252 million years old. That's just not how it works. It's not just weird, it's impossible. The timeline was written completely backwards. And Thorne, he figured it out pretty fast. This wasn't some geological freak accident. No way. As he put it himself, the sequence is not merely unconformable. It is purposeful. Chilling, right? He believed it was engineered, that someone or something put it there deliberately. And right at the heart of this geological crime scene was the artifact itself. And get this, it wasn't rock, it wasn't metal, they had no idea what it was. It was just this monolithic band of pure black material, so dark it felt like it was drinking the light around it. And if you looked closely, its surface was covered in these microscopic, perfectly geometric ridges, repeating over and over again. This thing wasn't natural. It was manufactured. It was technology. Okay, so now we get to section 2 of the file, the hum and the fear. Because this artifact, it wasn't just some inert object sitting in the dirt. Oh no. The second it was dug up, it started doing things. It started having this really disturbing effect on everyone and everything at the dig site. The reports show it started small and then just escalated. First, there was this low, persistent hum that nobody could place, a sound that just got into your head and wouldn't leave. Then, their equipment started going haywire, compasses just spinning wildly, chronometers totally malfunctioning. And then came the psychological effects. Severe, crippling paranoia and vivid, horrible nightmares. On top of all that, random temperature spikes, and yes, it could cause direct physical harm. And the human cost was getting real, fast. The case file highlights one crew member, a guy named Jenkins. He went 2 full days without any sleep at all, just tormented by that hum and the nightmares. You can just imagine it, right? The whole dig site was turning into this psychological pressure cooker, all because of this thing they'd pulled out of the ground. And then the threat went from psychological to brutally physical. Another crewman, Holloway, he accidentally made direct contact with the artifact. It didn't just burn him, it branded him. The report describes the wounds as geometry turned into agony. The exact same microscopic patterns from the artifact's surface were seared right into his skin. It was like it was trying to write its own code onto his very flesh. So, of course, word starts to get out. And this brings us to section 3 of the file, a warning from the past. The situation at the dig site gets complicated. Suddenly, it's not just a scientific expedition anymore. It becomes this tense standoff between 3 different groups, and they all want different things from the artifact. So on one side, you've got Dr. Thorne. He's all about science. His goal? Understand it, document it. His method? Pure observation. Then in comes Agent Vance, a Pinkerton. He's the government. His objective is simple, secure and contain. His method? Control and force. And finally, you have Kenji, a local tribal elder. He represents ancestral knowledge, and his goal is completely different.
Warn everyone and just avoid it. His method is through stories and ritual. Science, power, and wisdom, all about to collide.
And Kanji drops this absolute bombshell on Agent Vance. He tells him, "You are not the first to try and move it." Just, wow. He's saying this has all happened before. Other people and other times found this thing, they tried to control it, just like Vance wanted to, and every single time they were destroyed. This wasn't some amazing new discovery. It was a nightmare, stuck on repeat. And Kanji's warnings came with a very specific, very terrifying name: Skinwalkers.